Good afternoon, everyone. My name is just Kevin R. Williams, and I am customer support for the IPAWS User Portal. So I'm like what you call the gatekeeper. So when you see it, I'm behind the scenes, making sure everybody can gain access, and I'm available all the time. So what I want to do is take you through the different phases of it. We're going to talk to you about all the capabilities of the IPAWS User Portal, and go through the different tabs. And so let's go ahead and let me share out my screen here. This is what you'll see when you first log in. First, let me back up a second. So in order to get to this page, you must establish a login. And you can do that by going to the registration page and creating an account. And you can do that from this page here. You go ahead and land here, and we have all that information for you. Go in here and log in. If you already have an account, you can log in here. If not, you can create an account. Once you create your account, you're going to get an email back. And then once you get an email back, it's going to give username and login, and you can establish your own password. It's going to be a unique password. It's going to be either a 3 or 4 digit at the end of your login or your email. It's usually your email address. Once you get that, you can come back in and log in, and then you're going to end up right here at the landing page. And of course, you're going to have established an organization. So right here, this is one that we've created. This is just for training purposes only. This is the IPAWS group, and yours is going to be your state and so on and so forth. But this is our organization. This is what we're going to use for your training for today. Under this, you'll be able to upload your search. You get to see all your information, get to see all your files. You get to see all your right in this area here. You'll get to see your MOAs and your PAAs, and you'll get to see all your contacts listed here, all your pending applications down here in this area. So right here is the organization, and you can see a lot of that information. Again, let me take you back so you didn't miss it. You click on your blue organization highlight, just like I did, and that'll bring you to this page here. And again, these tabs up here, as you can see, are once you highlight them, you can go into them. So the next tab I'm going to go to is the Contacts tab. Click on this, and this is where you have all your contacts. This has all your contacts, and this is where you can see who's under your organization, and you can also add your new contacts right here. And once you are added a new contact, then as I mentioned, I am the gatekeeper. So in order to go live, I'm going to have to take you out of pending status and put you in approved status. So it might take a minute because there's a lot of folks that are coming in and signing up for this IPAWS User Portal. So just bear with us. Once you sign in, it's usually 2 or 3 days, but we'll get you in there so you can be active and allowing you to renew some of those MOAs and PAAs. Let me take you, because I want to give you a demonstration on how you can create an application, because that's one of the biggest things you're coming here for, to make sure you can add or update or renew MOA. So as you can see, we're on the applications page. There's no applications here right now, but let's go ahead and create one. Hit new. We're going to start with our MOA. Click next. And then we got our landing page for new application. Click your organization. I'm just going to pick Alaska just because it's there. I think we have one contact in there. Got to add your MOA signatory. This is going to be the first signing block on your MOA. Then we move down to your rules of behavior. It could be the same person, or you can change it. Let's just go ahead and keep it the primary. Put John back in there. See these red asterisks? These blocks need to be filled in. You can have the same one. When you create your application, I just got a couple names in mind, but you will have all these filled in, as many as you can, or whoever you assign those areas. And then just go ahead and save. Now, if we go back to applications, voila, here we have an application in there. It's in the new status. A couple of things that have to happen now. I'm gonna open this up just so you can see it. Just the information we put in. You can come in, you can update information if you have to, if you made a mistake. And then once you go ahead and add all the information that you have in there, the pertinent information, then this application is forwarded to me. I'm the gatekeeper. So once it's forwarded to me, I will go ahead and generate that actual MOA for you. And I want to give you an example of what it looks like, but let me just go over here and see what it looks like. I'm just going to pick one. I'm going to actually generate this. This one's missing some information. So that's why it's still in the new stage, because this is very important for those that are out there looking right now. make sure you have your interoperable system and your geographic locations added in here. Else it won't go, else it will stay in the new status. So make sure you go ahead and drop your information in here. Generate, this is what I do. I go ahead and generate your MOA. It's an easy process. It used to take a long time, but now everything's automated. Once you have all the information, it runs pretty smooth.
Hey, Kevin, this is Justin here.
Hey,
Do you
Justin.
mind going back to the alerting authority view, please?
Sure.
The applications tab you have on the top left. You see, yep. Okay. Do you mind running through the PAA really quickly?
Oh,
Because that's super important. I want to make sure we touch on that.
I was going to come back to that, but we go back. We go ahead and let's go ahead and hit new. We already have the MOA in there. Let me
I
go
should have
ahead and
given
hit
you more
new.
time, Kevin. My bad.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. We'll come back to that MOA process and what it looks like. But let's go over here to the PAA. Next, pick your organization. Status new. Let's go back to the same state of Alaska. And you also have to put in your event code. So at this point, you just go ahead and hit send or save. And you can add your event codes and your geographic info here. And it's very important. These are two major things that you need on this application before we can send it forward. Once you add these event codes and your geographic information, it goes to your state rep, and there's usually a primary and a backup for that. And then process is good. That once you guys submit that process by your state rep, and then it's put into the system, so you'll be able to get the ball rolling. But let me go ahead and show you how you add the event codes. As you can see, it's the same form that we originally started out with. It's just automated now. You can just put your event codes in. Just put a couple of them in, just to give you an example of what it's going to look like. And you can just go ahead and let's go ahead and put your monthly. Very good, very good. And we're going to go ahead and save it. And we're going to add a geographic location. Let's just pick one. Okay, so just to give you an idea, once you put your state in, you can pick your geographic info and save it. Then you'll have your event code, then you have your geographic location. And at that point, the form should be ready to go. It should be sent off to me, which I'm the gatekeeper, and which will allow you to just sit back and wait till it's approved and sent off. I'll submit it, and it'll go to the state rep for his signature. Then you will be processed, and you will be in the IPAWS open system. But let me go ahead back to before I distract a little bit, but back to the MOA or the MOA page here.
Hey, Kevin, I wanted to jump in again here too. Could you go to the cases tab as well on the alerting authority side?
Sure. This is
There we go. And while you're doing that, when Kevin was trying to add geographic info, that's done from we're never submitting our own PA's public alerting application. That's where you select your things. Type in the name of your county and hit search. It'll pop up. I'm in Anne Arundel County, Maryland. The state will generate it. It's all. And then yeah, Kevin, if you could just because I got a couple questions I want us to get to. Just the case feature is new. Could you just talk a little bit about that?
oh yes, this is a new feature that we're really going live. It's going live here, and this is going to allow anybody that calls into the TSSF. This whenever you submit a case or you talk to them, this creates a case and a case number and a status. So every time you make contact with the TSSF, you will have a case in there. and you will be able to track it and get all the information you need. You can follow it, and they stay. They'll be in there forever. So you just, if you have to refer back to it, if the problem ever happens again, you'll be able to reflect on that and move on and let them know, hey, I just had this situation happen before. You can go in and review it, and then they'll be able to support all your cases and follow it and give your past information back to you. So this is a nice added feature that's going to be outstanding when it goes live.
Exactly. And if you've already called the TSSF before, which I know some people have, we're working on getting that into here so you can have a history of when you've called, and of course all future calls to the TSSF will be recorded here. And I did want to say you will only have access to your organization. I know there was some things in the chat about do state authorities have access to all? We're working on that, and I know Al's on the call too. Al Kenyon, he's the customer support branch chief. They we have given access to some of the state authorities for every organization, including the contacts, as well as PAAs. Kevin, question for you: is there an amount of can someone add as many contacts as they want, basically?
Yes, contact is unlimited. I mean, but within reason. I mean, I've seen quite a few contacts. The most I've seen is probably uh, 10 so far, but that's quite a bit. But you can add as many contacts as you like.
What about reminders, Kevin? Are reminders sent from the system? Go ahead.
Yes, so reminders is great. This is one of the greatest things about this system because you used to have to send out emails back in the day. Now everything's automated. So every 3 years, when you're up for your renewal, you will get a reminder that you're up for renewal and you need to submit. So that's why I'm sure a lot of you have already received these emails, and that's how we know the system's working. And thanks to those folks over at the TSSF, they've been following up and making sure that, hey, here's a reminder. You guys are on the hook for updating your MOA. So the reminders go out 90 days before it comes up for renewal, so which is an awesome feature.
And
And
we've got sorry, Kevin, we've gotten back into using acronyms. If can you hit the home button right there, the little house? I think we spell out the acronyms on your landing page. Yes,
yeah,
there it
yeah.
is. Okay. The COG application process, MOA is memorandum of agreement, and then your PAA, you're selecting your public alerting permissions. Those steps are outlined as well.